I've never heard of Fire and Ice. Never have I ever. Oh. Oh. Oh, we're doing a speed run. 3, 2, 1, go. There's a bit of a delay, but the timer was running. Oh my god, whatever. I rarely check out music these days. I'm more of a watcher than a listener, I guess. Not that I don't like music, but... I should really bring the record player up here. But I need to hook up speakers to it. I might do another run after this, but man. You can maybe catch the end of it when I'm just defending and picking my nose while defending. It's gonna be great. That's wrong. It's all wrong there. Poor. Sugonia. I'm out of here. Saigi. See ya, man. Thanks. Alright, gotta punch this guy. Okay, 403, that's not too bad. I forgot at the very start about stamina management. Like the very first part of running, that's why I ran out of stamina. That's okay, it's okay. It's no big deal. There's a fair amount of time saved in this run because I improved routing for New Game Plus after I did my good ending run. So, plus if I just have a better last split, I'll probably save like 20 seconds. Okay. One nice thing is you really don't need to mash enter a bunch. So yeah, the start of this, we're just setting through some tutorials. This chapter is just pure tutorials. There is some routing to this, but you pretty much just wait around. The big thing is you want to have clean bottled water and mutton in your repository. That way you don't have to go actually farm for it. Instead we focus on, you know, getting our gear ready, applying our buffs, all that fun stuff. And you get a little bit of a time save from Japanese here. It's not that huge though, but it's there. Okay. Okay. So this first major chapter, this is chapter 2. We're going to be getting our first memory board. And key thing is here, I'm going to do a warning shot once I cross this crystal. This is going to attract the enemies to my position. And I'm going to take out these first 2 guys. And then run by. They're going to notice me, but that setup with the warning shot kind of lures them away, so I don't have to worry about it. And then they're not going to see me as I get the memory board. And if you've seen my chapter select runs, you know that you can't return to base camp like that, but in a full game run like this, we can return to base camp, which saves a really nice amount of time. So you can't have purple or gold equipment, but we can use rare equipment, which is blue. There's uncommon, rare, legendary, and epic. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, if you accidentally look too far left, you'll get the crystal, unfortunately. So then you have to like readjust so you don't look at that, because looking at that is a big waste of time. And you're gonna notice me throughout this run. I'm gonna be aiming before I climb. Thanks to the host, Aaron. I'm gonna be aiming before I climb, and doing that puts you into walk mode, and by going into walk mode before we climb or do certain activities, we'll actually recover stamina while doing so. which is really useful because stamina management is a really important aspect of this run. So you're running as much as possible, and you're not having to walk. Here, though, we don't really need to walk. So we take out that guy because he can be a bit of an issue, and walk to this computer. I clearly should have killed that guy too. I think I went through this before, that I really need to kill both of these guys. Eventually he'll leave me alone. Eventually. Dude. Thank you. Yeah. Gonna make sure to kill both of these guys, because if you have bad luck on their positioning, that guy's gonna waste your time. So we need to go construct the air tank. Pyramid Head now has his air tank. What's up, Aaron? I don't know why it tells you that twice. I really don't know. Maybe it's because I actually separate my builds. I don't quite know. Maybe that's the issue. I should actually test that out. Maybe I'll test that out later. It's maybe that's the whole thing. Like you actually want to eat. You want to build the wormhole, then the air tank, so you don't get that double dialogue. I'm not sure. Anyways, we're heading to the third memory board of this chapter. And yep, I'm using the right weapon. That's good. Sometimes those goats can run in your way. Just gotta be careful not to let them run in your way, pretty much. I'm like trimming the grass rather than trimming his head. So we jump through this window, pull out the memory board, turn to base camp. The only real concern there is just there is a wanderer on the opposite end of that hut, so if you mess around too much, he'll hear you jumping through the window and cause issues. Shit is not cool. So that wasn't that bad of a chapter, besides the fact that I really should kill both of those dudes because they're just a hassle. They could get in your way. Budding. Okay. I try not to like fill it up to max because filling up to max really isn't that necessary from a speedrunning perspective, because if you were to efficiently bring it to max, you would need to run immediately once it's up to max, and that's not very realistic. So thanks, Tyler. I forgot how slow this draws back. My sweet ass epic bow, like you draw your arrow really quickly. Just pretty much everything is way more deliberate with lower level gear. That's what it comes down to. Utter neck. Yeah, I know. You can never unsee that. It's pretty gross. Hey, get off me. Honestly, I probably should have just dropped a fence, but whatever. It's no big deal. It's important that we actually, oh, level 6. Is that guy dead? Okay. It's important that we actually try to kill as many as possible because I need the energy to level up. You need to level up enough throughout this run or else you're going to have problems. Get up there. Okay. And so we run up here while we're waiting, pick up this crystal. And then we're going to eat. We don't really need to eat at the last moment here because we're going to eat again next chapter. And then you dive at the last second, and that prevents you from getting knocked back from that red explosion that happens. So we're going to have to go rescue a nurse named Miranda who gets plopped into Dite from a wormhole in a crashing helicopter. And we're going to be doing several rescues of survivors or POWs, however you want to refer to them, throughout this run. Rescuing people has always been a thing in the Metal Gear series ever since the first one, so except instead of rescuing people from a enemy stronghold, we're rescuing them from a weird alternate dimension. So that's a warning shot. I'm trying to draw the enemies away from my rescue target. That is true, Mad. So I'm going to drop Miranda by the rock. And the reason for that is so I can run to the transporter without having to carry her. Having someone on your back while running in the dust is really stamina intensive. So, and we really don't have that much stamina at this point, so it's best to wait. And then just use our grenade arrows. Oddly enough, oh wait, I'm on 60 hertz. Oops. I'm gonna have to fix that. My 60 hertz setting on my monitor. Yeah, running with her on your back is just not a good thing. Once you hear that audio cue, you want to start eating, because that's 5-second alert. You can get sub 20 Miranda, but that chapter 3 kind of messed me up, so. Still save 2 seconds. Okay. So now I'm going to level myself up. Now that we've cleared some waves of enemies, we're going to level up to hopefully 6, but at least level 5. We'll see how much I get. Yeah, I don't do new game. It's kind of jank. It's not really worth it. It's way too much of a hassle. Okay, so we need to go put someone on a unit. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to really worry about our camp at all in this run. Too much of a grind. You can't, like, to actually have a new game is not really easy to set up, and there's RNG involved because you can't get enough resources for what you need. Okay, so this is Ruins 1. We're gonna be doing a little cool backdoor setup. Thanks. Take care. We're gonna put a fence right here at this tank and then climb over it. And then I'm gonna run. Okay, that guy didn't. Sometimes that guy aggroes. Yeah, sadly, that didn't work. So, if the bomber drops the wrong way there, he's not going to blow up the door, which is what I'm hoping he does. If he falls, you know, in the middle, so to speak, he'll blow up the door, and then I can just dive by, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. If you don't have good enough gear, you're not going to survive that explosion, by the way. It removes a lot of HP. And the other thing is like, because of that, if you're not careful here, you could really die on this chapter since, like, you don't have that much HP to work with. So you got to be careful. It's the one part of the run where we actually use C4. Just because we can make C4 explode. Okay, so I just ran past a Jeep, but we're going to save that Jeep for later. It's more worth it to use that later rather than now, because it's the nature of where we're going. It's more efficient to save the Jeep for a later trip rather than now. So we just keep on running. We're running towards that blue light. Even though it's very foggy, we can find our way by studying the light. Once you see a light in the distance, you're good to go. This is where we're going to hopefully not get smacked. Hopefully the crowd is nice to us. Okay, the crowd's good. And let's see if I have enough stamina to run there fully. Almost. So we secured the digger. And I don't mash to skip this cutscene until I actually see the cutscene play, because you can actually open up the pause menu, which I don't want to do. Naturally. Okay. Not bad. Okay, so Now that I'm waiting for a moment. There we go. Okay. Adjust my monitor. Okay, so I need to do some adjustment here. I'm gonna equip my revival pill. I'm gonna take some of that stuff. I'm gonna go equip things because I need to change my equipment. So I'm going to equip heavy arrows. I'm going to grab medium bottles. And then, yep, that's all good. I'm gonna defend. You want these guys to just destroy stuff, because I need to destroy stuff during this section. This is now Molotovs. Do I even need the lures? I don't know if I even need lures at this point. I guess it's helpful for grouping dudes together, so I'll keep them. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking all this junk that's sitting around. And the reason why I'm going to do that is it's going to be in the way later for a construction I need to do. So you got to take this stuff out. And it takes a lot of grenades. Some of this stuff takes a lot of grenades. And make sure to defend. You never want the digger, or whatever you're defending, to do the little red explosion thing. That happens whenever you lose a quarter of the health. And it destroys everything that's attacking, but you don't get any of the energy, so... And I want the energy. Energy isn't, like, a really big problem in this run, but you don't want to, like, sacrifice energy unnecessarily. Okay. And the spawn points are always the same. So I know where things are gonna come from. It's not a big concern. Let them break stuff, who cares? I actually really want them to break these barricades, because one of the things I'm going to be building is going to be right here. And oddly enough, the barricades are more durable than some of the junk we're blowing up. It's kind of strange. You think wooden barricades would just get absolutely destroyed by a grenade, but no dice. This stuff I don't really need to worry about. You don't really need to destroy the stuff on the inside. It's the stuff on the outside edges that are the concern. And you just press shift to replenish your ammo when you need to. It's really useful. Thankfully on this defense we actually have stuff to do. Some of the defenses we really aren't really doing all that much. I didn't need to throw that one. So yeah, just keep on letting them break stuff. They're not really harming anything. Alright, that's broken. I threw a lot of grenades. Way more than necessary. And I might be like, man, these things are really getting destroyed easily by my weapons. And you'd be right, but the next mission we're actually going to be dealing with guys that are a bit more durable, which is not a huge problem, but we have to be somewhat careful. That should break. Nope, it didn't. I'm almost destroying that. Thankfully, the workshops are fairly durable. This is the last set of dudes. Okay, so now we pretty much just chill. I just need to break that stuff. Shouldn't need to, but whatever. It's not a big deal. Repair everything. Make sure I'm filled up. And then I'm gonna put my bullets. So that's the first dig. Complete. We're now going to be heading to the second dig. We're still going to run. We're not going to use the Jeep yet. No need. Let's see if I can remember this line. One of the biggest challenges of running this game is just not losing your way. You really have to be aware of where you're going, what the landmarks are, etc., because it's extremely easy to get lost in the dust. And since, like, this map, Afghanistan, is really huge, so it's even easier to get lost because of that. And if you go the wrong way, you're going to be running for a while. Whenever you see wanderers on the ground, you need to be very careful about approaching them, because if you go too close, they can grab your leg, and that is really bad. Okay, I usually like go a little bit off course here, but I'm still going in the correct direction, generally speaking. So we have 2 tutorials here. Then just hold spacebar. I don't care about this guy. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to start using my bow. And the bow is really useful because by using the bow, we're going to be saving a lot of ammo this way. Now, I just broke an arrow, which is bad, but you're going to see me using the bow all day, every day. And this allows me to avoid having to get more ammo, have to resupply more than necessary. I only resupply when I have the opportunity. So I'm not going to be resupplying for quite a while at this point. Not until we're about to leave Afghanistan, so it's going to be a while. This defense is a bit hard, this wave, because you have all the enemies that are around this base coming towards it. So you gotta be a bit cautious. And as you can see, we got some pretty high level wanderers. But as long as we keep our cool, it's all good. Really should dive there so I don't have to... That's the animation that happens if you don't dive. So it's kind of a waste of time. Since I need to make sure that I'm picking up my arrows. I don't want to, you know... I try not to waste too many arrows because I want to have a good stock of them. You know, shouldn't lose too many here if it can be helped. Other important thing is don't ever bring materials. So like I accidentally just picked up a tire. I don't want that because it's going to add to the end screen results stuff. I already have plenty of materials, so it's not a necessity. Okay. So, since there's not really much to do, it's a fairly good use of time to break those crystals and get them. Since they're all just bunched up there, I'm going to throw a Molotov. They're going to die. The Wanderers themselves, on their own, they're not too dangerous, but if you're not paying attention, you can get destroyed really quickly. Because they can chain stun you, essentially, and if you're in a big group of them, they can kill you, even if you have really good gear. Like, you can die very quickly, so it's not something you want to mess around with. You always want to try to maintain distance, back up when they're approaching you, that sort of thing. On their own, they're pretty dumb, but they can be pretty sneaky and ruin your day. Hey, Cheeky. So, we're going to avoid that at all costs, because you're going to be sad if you get chain stunned. And there's only one point in this run where we're going to die, hopefully. And that's intentional death abuse. Every other point, you really don't want to die. I'm doing pretty good. We're just doing a practice run. Practicing my commentary. Okay, good. So yeah, pick up all our stuff. We've killed everything that we needed to kill. Gonna remove the rubber I picked up, so we don't need it. Just making sure not to miss too many arrows. Okay, so I'm gonna go break some crystals. There's not much else to do. We don't really need to set up defensive positions. Yep, Metza and Steg are racing Phantom Pain tomorrow. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to replenish my oxygen. Get those crystals. Should be one more over here, I believe. Yep, there it is. It's worth the bullet. As you can see, I still have a ton of ammo. And that's the power of the bow. Because I want to save stuff for a little bit later. We're going to be doing another dig later on, and you know, it's important that we save for that dig and for the chapter before that. I'm going to throw a Molotov. They don't always die from the Molotovs, but it definitely keeps them occupied for a moment. And if they run through the fire, they get set on fire. So it's not as good as a grenade by any stretch, but they're pretty nice. I've been just dodging that guy while I've killed his friends. Will I be commentating on anyone else's run tomorrow? No, I'm going to be commentating. Well, I don't know if I even want. I'm going to ask Punchy if he wants to commentate for my Silent Hill run, because I might want to just focus because of PSTV. But, no, not really. Unless someone wants to ask me last minute. I think I might be commentating for MG2, actually, now that I think about it. Probably that. Punches are really good, by the way, because they stun enemies, and I can just flank them like that. Nice, another arrow. I'll put a fence down just as a precaution. At this point, you know, I really don't want to like spend too much time by firing arrows and then having to pick them up. Like I'll kill these two with arrows, but you want to get ready to leave. So make sure my stuff is all set up, because they can't finish this off at this point. There's not enough time. And I barely had enough time for that. It split a little bit late there. It's okay though. Oops, I didn't mean to dive. So yeah, we gotta level up here now that we have a bunch of energy from that dig. Should be able to get to level 11. Yep. And now we get some more dex and endurance. And now we go to this transporter. And we're finally going to use the Jeep. So this is a really long stretch that we're going. Very important you run before he starts talking, or else you won't be able to run. Okay, so now we're actually going to be using... Yeah, I got it for the Halloween event. That's Lurid Dust. Lurid Dust can show up randomly, so hopefully we don't drive into him. That'd be bad. He's not too much of a risk in the Jeep, but if you ever encounter him on foot, it's kind of bad. Because he he could kill you if you go the wrong way, and or just knock you down, which is also not good. So yeah, we're gonna drive over to this road. There might be a faster way to drive, like driving through that wrecked base we just defended, but honestly, this is a lot easier. So we're gonna drive down this path until we reach the walker gear, and then we're going to use that the rest of the way. It's very easy to tip over in the Jeep, so you got to be careful how you're driving. And then jump out, get in the next vehicle. You may be like, why don't you just keep on using the Jeep? But it's about to get just like the vehicles have been around for so long in the dust, like they don't really run very well, so you can't like just keep on using the Jeep. So instead we get in the walker gear the rest of the way. This is a pretty significant time save over old routes, because previously you'd use the Jeep before, but now I use both vehicles, and since you have to go so far to save Chris, it's worthwhile doing this. Alright, so we're gonna have to climb this hill to save Chris, and then hopefully not break our legs, because that'd be bad. Really don't want to do that. Fortunately, he jumped the way I wouldn't really want him to. So, this is Chris. This is our second rescue. We're gonna run over here, drop on that rock, because you don't want to drop him all the way down. You'll break your legs. And try not to get grabbed by the ghoulies here, or else you're gonna drop your rescue target. It's bad. Activate the transporter. Far Cry bundle. Nice. I don't know why the music isn't playing, but I can't really investigate that. So this defense, I'm going to be using the gun. This MG that's positioned here. And take out these watchers, these little bugs. I don't know what that was. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was some weird visual bug. And just kind of snipe with it. You don't want to like spam, since you don't, you know, it's not like an infinite ammo thing. Thank you. Yeah, I got this for the Halloween event. And since my run's right after the Silent Hill block, it seems fitting. I don't really like wearing this hat though, because like it's so huge. Like hypothetically, like it could block your view of something. Like look at how much space it takes up. Yeah, sometimes a watcher will show up behind you. You gotta be ready for that. Alright, now that we've defended successfully, we're gonna pick Chris back up. I'm not gonna worry about that thing. Yeah, the music just kind of stopped. There should be... There we go. Weird. So that's Chris. Next up is the second Ruins. And Ruins 2 is one of the hardest areas in the entire run, because there's a platforming section and it's really easy to mess it up. Super duper easy to mess this up. So we run out, and we're going to follow this rock edge. We're going to essentially hug a wall. To get to our destination. And if I get really unlucky, the Lord of Dust will be here, and it's not good when that happens because I have to be super cautious that I don't get knocked down by him. So stamina management gets a little bit spooky, but he's not here, so we're good. I would hear him by now if he was, but it's bad RNG if he shows up. Like, it's cool, but it's also really not cool. If you catch my drift. Like, it's neat to see him, but we really don't want to see him. It's very important we start running before we reach this point, because Reeve is going to start talking to us, and we can't run while Reeve is talking, so you need to be running beforehand. Okay, so there's actually 2 objectives here. We need to pick up some wheelchair parts for Chris, since he is handicapped. So you gotta pick those up. Thankfully, the Wanderer wasn't right in front of it. Dive down. And now, hopefully not mess up this platforming. Nice, that's perfect, actually. Besides the fact that I was not running. That was really good. So, actually successful platforming, very nice. So, after I sit through these 2 codecs, I'm going to switch to controller. And the reason being is that building is a lot easier on controller, so... Okay, whatever. I think I split a little bit late there. It's no big deal. Alright, so... This is one of the longest running sequences in the entire game. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Why are you mentioning this? Well, since you're running so far, if you mess up where you're going, it's a bad situation. So it's really important that you know your landmarks. So, you know, like that arch right there. I take special note of that. Then what's going to happen here, I'm going to run past this iron container. And then there's another arch. And then there's this fort. Keep on running. Follow this direction. There's going to be a wanderer in our way. There he is. And then just kind of follow this angle. Like so. There's this tree. I go left of the tree. Just keep on going. I'm gonna follow this line. And I should be seeing an iron tower in a moment. Yep. So we're on track. I actually do have a new little route here that I came up with from doing chapter select. I'm going to be using a fence to get on the cliff early, which is nice because we'll be able to get in fresh air more quickly. So there's this corn over here, right? I'm going to run through the corn and then run over here. It should still let me up here, yep. And then you need to place it right at this edge. And then we're up and above the cliff and already in fresh air. And then run straight to him. This is one of the scariest parts of the run. We need to get to that hill, and there is a mountain of Wanderers in our way who are extremely high level and want our ass, so we gotta be careful. This crowd is a bit awkward. Okay, we're good, we're good. Okay, we're good, we're good. Alright, that was nice. You really don't want to get knocked there because the run could die right there. Nick can take like 3 hits. If he takes like 4 hits, he's dead, so it's really scary. And there's going to be a mountain of Wanderers showing up. This is why I save my grenades, because... yeah. They drop a pile on you at this defense. A level 21. We're not level 21 until like the very end of the run. That's how high level some of these dudes are. If you ever do this casually, there's like a huge spike in difficulty right here. I didn't actually game over when I played this casually, but I nearly did. I mean, look at that. Thankfully, that was the bulk of them. But you know, you really want to keep your distance. I'm like level 11 against a 21. They will chunk your health in no time whatsoever. If you get surrounded, you're dead. So, but thankfully we're pretty much done. Now we just kind of wait for the transporter to be complete. You don't have to bring your target to the transporter, but we're not running all the way back here. It's not smart. So I should be saving time on this split because of that new route. Oh, you see that guy way off in the distance? he's slowly coming over. Maybe not. Maybe it's because I'm shining a light on him. He's like, oh god. Nope, he's kind of turning around at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna hide like right here. Again, you want to be as close as possible to transporter, but not so close that, you know, you drop your target. Something got hurt over there. And there's 2 cutscenes here, 2 codecs. Typically there's 1, but some of these there's 2. Nice. All right, 8 seconds, not bad. Almost sub 59. If I had a better Miranda, for sure we would have that. That's the Lord of Dust. If you ever see a Wanderer just like randomly die off in the distance, that means LOD is around, because Wanderers don't just randomly die. It means the Lord of the Dust is stomping around and crushing fools. should be enough. Yep, that's enough. So another auto scroller. Yep, there he is. Don't shoot at him, by the way. It's not a good idea. Just let him do his thing, because leave him alone. It's the best thing to do. Thankfully, he doesn't like walk through the village or something. He just walks on the outside. So this is the final bit before we get our resources back, so I can be a little bit more liberal with my ammo. Which is nice. But you want to go for headshots because body shots like that, yeah, you don't always get them, so. So now we just kind of chill. At this point in the run, there's a lot of just like sitting around, sadly. He broke the door. He broke this poor door. Dang bomber. Ya bum bomber. Breaking doors. What a meanhead. So it's worthwhile mentioning there's 2 weak points to every wanderer. There's a back crystal and their head crystal. That's why you can backstab them for massive damage. Here's a little trick. You're going to be seeing this bottle trick a lot because it's very useful. Especially later on. Somehow those guys escape the fire. Two shots though is all it takes. And really, you don't need any other defensive objects besides fences. They get the job done. You can climb over them, you can shoot over them, and they're fairly, they're durable enough. You really don't need much else. Even at like high level, I mean, we still use fences. We just use electric fences instead. So let's look at my lines. Let's see how clean these lines are. It's for the digger. Of course, you just get this whole area, and then this was my driving. Somehow I got that. That's interesting. Wait, I think that might be the. I think that might be the walker gear. Pretty nice, huh? It's what we call direct lines, ladies and gents, folks of all ages, of all kinds. I'm trying to stop saying ladies and gentlemen. Not from the 1950s. But it's a bit weird that Pyramid Head would take out fellow monsters, but make them fall down. As you can see, I used a lot of grenades in the previous chapter, but it's very much worth it because it's by far one of the scariest parts in the run. Easy backstab, easy money. Gotta love it when they get stuck on the... What? Excuse me? I'm mad. How did that not blow them up? What kind of weird geometry was going on there that they didn't get blown up by that grenade? That's one durable ass cart. Come on. Unreal. So there's kind of fun stuff you can do with these wanderers on the top side, though I wasn't in the proper position to... Oh wait, now I am. Yeah, so they're all just gonna drop. And I could just burn them. So they really have no concept of how to move, so you can just like bait them off the corner and then they fall. Just get his arm. We got one more wave to go. Oh, let me give you guys the old... Let's go. Rock and roll! I'm gonna give this run the big thumbs up. Pyramid Head thumbs up. Pyramid Head so happy. Yeah! Oh my god, you see the under part. Oh, that is gross looking. Absolutely disgusting. Hey, what's up, fellas? I think it's these guys. Oh yeah, I should I'm gonna put up this fence. Well, that guy did not fall down. And the digger's okay if you throw a grenade at it. Doesn't really matter all that much. I don't even really need the lure bottles, frankly. They're mostly a convenience. I do need them for Africa, though. So, you don't really need them in Afghanistan, particularly. I used to have a strat involving lures, but it wasn't consistent. It was slower, didn't work. So Oh, people are wondering, man, why are grenades so good? Well, they don't scale with levels, so you use a grenade and you're gonna do massive damage regardless. So that's why you'll see me use so many grenades, because they're just really good. Especially on the Nick rescue, they really come in clutch. Otherwise, you'd have to spray them with bullets or what have you. So we'll make sure to take out these guys. We'll show them what's what. What we're gonna be eating now. I just need soup. We're not gonna be using stamina. Wow. Foolish me. This is not typically how I would go the other way, but my cursor was already over here. This stuff. Okay, whatever. Meh. Okay, I need to go level up after this cutscene. This is unskippable. A little bit faster on Japanese. Yeah, the reason why I use controller there, the cursor just moves faster when you use a controller, so you have to like slide your mouse to like get going. Otherwise, so it's kind of bad. So it's very important that we level up here. We want to level up before we head to Africa and do the dig. And it's not really for the skill points. I mean, that helps, but it's for level 15. With level 15, we'll be able to equip even more survival equipment, and that's super important because now we have 2 additional slots, so we're going to have a primary weapon holder and the medium heavy arrow quiver. And with that, we get 90 arrows, which is very nice. And yeah, that's not necessary. Equip that, and then overpressure rounds. We will not really be using the shotgun until we need to, so to speak. And then we need the lures, the fences, and iron watchtowers. Yeah, very strangely, there's no music playing here. I don't know why that's the case, like why they didn't have a score for this defense. It's just like this quiet defense. Typically, when I do runs of this, I have music playing of my own kind. It's because of moments like this that are really awkward, unnecessarily. It's quietly taking out wanderers. Well, oddly enough, too, even if you have music off, some certain places still have music regardless. Like the very start of the game. So yeah, not too much to do here. Just defending, doing our thing. The defense, you know, this is like the one benefit that New Game has, is that the defenses are a little bit more intense since you don't have like all the really good gear and such, but like I was mentioning earlier, New Game has its own set of issues. Yeah, since you're going to lose your buff anyways, all you really need is sprint speed so you can get around more quickly at your base before this dig, so it's not necessary. You can't attack the Wanderers when they're falling, but once they hit the ground, you're good to go, and since they don't land on their feet, yeah, you can kind of be prepared as long as you know where they're coming from, which I do, so. Nice. This is such a nice run. I think I'm gonna be giving it a big thumbs up. There's more the saluting pyramid head. There's a lot of emotes you can unlock with a form of currency in this game. Not with actual currency though. Go, go, go. I'm gonna tell the wormhole digger to go, go, go. Pyramid head just taking a nap. Taking a snooze. Here's him taking a snooze. Ah. No, here they come over the hill. Tormenting James with sexual oppression. Pretty hard work. Ah. Silent Hill 2 is just about sex and death, you know. Sex and death. Nice. Single nade throw, blow them all up. Feels pretty good. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so now they're all dead. I'm gonna go refill my ammo, repair all my weapons. Repair all. Make sure we're all good. I have my grenades, my fences, my lures, and my watchtower. I have my relevant stuff. Now we eat while she's talking, since we have a little bit of time here. Hello, troll. Alright, now we need to climb the base over here, the platform. We gotta climb the platform. On chapter select, when you have like the best gear, you can actually run by the Lord of Dust's hand, but we were not fast enough to do that, so. I love how Chris's body just like clips through the pyramid helmet. Our savior pyramid head. So this hand thing is pretty scripted. You just kind of have to wait. I'm gonna head out now. I'm just gotta pay attention to our stamina. 2, 15. And just give me a little bit of a boost. Probably a little bit too much, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll be doing Pyramid Head tomorrow, since my run's right after the Silent Hill games. Okay, save 3 seconds. It's nice. So, Africa. This has some pretty hard chapters in it. The first 2 are really rough, and hopefully I nail these. The first chapter, we're going to have to sneak our way to a memory board, and it's pretty rough. We're going to have to use a lure to hopefully get the enemies off our trail, and then we can sneak on by. Why is the music? I don't know why that music alert came up. I haven't unlocked any music. Unless it actually keeps your music there from other characters. So we want to take out that grabber. Grabbers are no joke. And I'm going to approach this cliff. Throw a bottle there. And I'm going to walk. So we really don't want to attract unnecessary attention. Okay, we got it. Very nice. It's one of the few areas in the game where stealth is really important, because if you get caught there, you're gonna have to like pretty much take out all the enemies, and that takes a lot of time. So that's nice. Next up, we're going to be rescuing the final survivor, and this is one of the hardest ones. The reason why this is so hard is because we're going to have to similarly sneak by a bunch of enemies, and the way we're going to do that... I'm gonna reload while I'm walking. The way we're going to do that, I'm going to do some warning shots and then basically bait all the enemies onto the cliff while I sneak around the side. Again, if this fails, it's really bad, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Thanks, man. Okay, so here's this guy. We're gonna murk him. And then that's gonna bring everyone around. I'm gonna run this way. Very nice. We sneak by. So even though this isn't a standard stealth game as far as the other Metal Gear games go, in the run there are points where you really don't want to get caught because you're not going to be able to do what you need to do. So now we're going to come over here. Hopefully not get hit by a dog. Those things are actually pretty dangerous. I'm going to drop him here. Like, the dogs are honestly more dangerous. Like, see? The dogs are killing wanderers. That's how dangerous these things are. Oh, God. It's enough that we have to take out these guys. Okay. Good chapter. Very clean, honestly. Those are the, like, probably the two hardest chapters in the entire run. Besides the ruins chapters, like, having successful chapters there are pretty important. Okay, so next up, we need to go gather information on Sahelanthropus, which is sitting in a ditch, basically, rotting. Use the transporter to bring ourselves back. And if I do good here, I will not hang off the edge. Nice. Okay, that works. Yeah, we don't want to, like, go into hanging mode. It's really slow, so. Climb up. Hopefully not get a drop. I did. It's unfortunate. You never want to drop since you're not moving forward. Yeah, there's a bunch of new enemies in Africa that we really don't want to talk to. Put it really succinctly. You don't want to meet up with any of these people. They're terrible. The trackers, the grabbers, the mortars, they're all pains in the butt, so try to avoid them as much as possible. That's why I take the lines I do, because grabbers are these little... They're like little weed creatures that, like, if you go within like 5 feet of them, you know, like 2 meters, you're gonna get grabbed and lose a bunch of time because you can't move until you shake them off. All right, so we grab the walker gear and we're gonna run through all these goons. Just ignore everything because, yeah, you don't really want to talk to any of these guys. I'm going to take a new line through here, so I do believe this is a bit of a more direct line towards the destination, rather than following the river. So eventually, we're gonna lose our walker gear. It's gonna break. However, if the walker gear doesn't break in the dust, I'll know that I actually saved time. Okay, it's still broke in the dust. Right on the edge, though. Let's run over here. Investigate Sahelanthropus. that awkward camera angle on Pyramid Head. And start the transporter. This is a really dangerous transporter defense because there's a bunch of these mortars, not the one I'm using, but these enemies called mortars, and they're just a real pain to deal with because they shoot you and they just love being annoying, pretty much. Put it really simply. Like, I can't like successfully take them out because they're mean, more or less. They're just horrible. This defense is really annoying because like you try to take them out, but then they shoot you from afar, and like typically here I actually need to use my first aid spray. Like, and like if you're not careful, they could actually destroy the transporter. Like, I'm just trying to use the thing. Just stab these guys, save my ammo. Oh god. Alright, I'm just gonna let the transporter do its thing. So we're done with that, thankfully. How does Pyramid Head go about eating soup? That's a really interesting question. I don't know how it exactly works. Maybe he like pours it at the top, perhaps. And it like there's like a funnel kind of thing going on. So here's the thrilling Sahelanthropus defense that takes 15.5 minutes. We'll be trying to defend the goats. Hopefully we can save the goats. That's the goal, is to save the goats. There's a straw. Yeah, you see that little dimple? That's he sucks it through a straw right there. Yeah, so we're gonna try to save these Nubian goats. It's gonna be hard, trust me, but we'll give it a shot. Did one already die? Oh, yep. It's really, I've never successfully defended both goats. It's just really hard. And then like, they like running into the wanderers for some unknown reason. And I'm like losing frames in game. I don't know why. So yeah, we're gonna be auto-scrolling for a bit. Yeah, and the really sad thing is that you can speed up the digger in co-op, but you can in single player. Yep, this is a 15.5 minute defense. And casually, it's actually kind of hard if you don't know what you're doing. But we do. Oh, do we do. Yeah, this is like the most unforgivable part of the full game run. Alright, we got one Nubian. Hopefully we save that one. This is why that's why I put in the time and effort to play and create a new category called Chapter Select No Digs. And that removes chapters such as these where you're just auto-scrolling essentially. And that run is 52 minutes long. This run, where we'll be going for good ending, is over 2.5 hours. So pretty big difference. as you can tell. Where's the goat? I don't see him. Where is he? So I'm gonna put a fence over here as well. Mostly as a if things go really bad. I'm gonna dive immediately, because I know they're flanking me. You lose interest, like, as a viewer? Oh, you mean, like... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, runs that are over 90 minutes, like... What the hell is he even doing? Runs that are over 90 minutes, they're not for everyone, frankly. And honestly, if you ask most people, they prefer runs that are, you know, 30 to 60 minutes long. I mean, I start with like a 60-minute long run, so... And I mean, so this game on the bad ending, which is like 2 hours, it's around the same length as several other runs in the series. So Phantom Pain's about 2 hours long. Peace Walker is 2 hours long. MGS4 is 2 hours long. So I really shouldn't be using this. I need to be saving these bullets for later. And like I don't make any bones by saying, like, this run in particular, like the full game run of this is just kind of like, it has some serious issues. There's some pretty cool moments in this game, but obviously, like, stuff like this is not really that exciting as far as speedrunning goes for New Game Plus. I mean, you get to see my my aim, I guess, and how I handle crowds. And it is, you know, like, I enjoy, like, you know, how to, route, and by route I mean, like, not like routing as in speedrun routing, but how to route enemies. Because, you know, like, backing up at the right spot, diving when you need to, it's kind of cool. But, I mean, let's be real here. It's an auto-scroller, so, and a very long one at that. No, no, go away, go away. That's why the chapter select category is kind of neat, since it removes stuff like this. Plus the routing is different, since you can't transport back to base. If you could transport back to base in chapter select, the run would be well under 50 minutes. No question. Probably be like 47 minutes long. Whoa, hello. Yeah, just keep on using arrows. Take out the dudes. Like I said, using arrows, very nice. Less resource intensive. And you can potentially pierce targets like that. throw that. Oh, jeez. It's 2 level 21s. Yikes. RE7's pretty neat. I don't really like it all that much myself, but it's a pretty popular run. I think the run has a lot of issues as a runner and as a viewer for me. Basically, the start and the end are just kind of whatever to me compared to the middle. Gotta get my arrows. This is the real challenge, is like not losing a lot of arrows. Gotta be really paying attention to the floor. So I'm like just kind of staring down a lot of the time. This Nubian's getting in my way. Yeah, it's okay if I lose some. I just don't want to lose, like, a ton. Yeah, that's a really big issue, is the unskippable cutscenes. And the guest house is just really boring. Like, the start of the game is really slow. Like, I guess it's somewhat interesting on Bad House, the start, because of Mia, but besides that, like, it's really not that great. And then, like, once you get to the boat is kind of boring to me, so... I didn't really want the wild berry, but I'll eat it. You can eat it since, you know, helps my thirst a little bit. Go up here and pick up that arrow. Yeah, boat is very boring. Yeah, it's somewhat interesting, but it's still a lot of just cutscenery and buffoonery. So... it's not that interesting. No. Oh god, Nubian, please. There's a arrow over there, yep. Just kind of look for the white lines in the floor. So we're coming up to the end. Poor goat. Hello. Brrr. Yeah, their battle roar is a great way to have an opportunity to shoot them. We abuse battle roars quite a bit. Okay, I'm gonna try and only level up to 21 rather than 22. We'll see how the fight works out. I tried level 20 on my bad PB, but like it's not that good, so maybe 21 will make the difference. I'm gonna throw a nade. It's a lot of them. Nice. Whoa. So it doesn't matter, they're not going to be able to take out the digger. Equip my shotgun. I made a split earlier, but it's whatever, honestly. I believe there's 2 here, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try 21. 20 didn't work so well. Maybe 21 will split the difference. Okay, so this is the Wanderer Seth boss fight, in which we are going to shoot him in the face, preferably like 3 times, and he will die. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so clearly 22 is the thing to do. You want to level to 22. I just wanted to confirm it for myself. Still was a fine fight, but if I leveled to 22, that would have been faster. Okay, so we have one more like big routing level to do, and that is this chapter. This is the Ruins 3. So we're going to transport back to the Sahelanthropus fight. And We're gonna climb the cliff. I'm gonna try running with the angle. Nice. If I can climb. Good. So, it's about the same speed going around the cliff and climbing here, roughly speaking, so I just do this. It's a lot easier. This is the one time you see me climb one of these crevices, because it is fairly slow, but it works out here. Just make sure to hug the wall here. Run along the trees and go along this rock. So, really key here is not dropping like I did, but oh well. We're going to be using a watchtower to take a shortcut in these ruins, which is nice. We'll cut our way through a huge chunk of this. However, we're gonna try and successfully sneak in the ruins to pick up the memory board. It's gonna work. Okay, climb the tower. Now we will hopefully successfully not get caught. There we go. Return to base camp. Wait. It's definitely not correct. We did not just say 15 minutes. Can't assure you. Alright, so this is one of the last digs before the final level. Hopefully we don't get... Yep, we got hit. Ooh, and I got injured. I don't know what kind of injury I got. Yeah, it's just bad luck. Sometimes those dogs will hit you. Hopefully I didn't get injured in a bad way. I think I just don't have natural healing properties. That's fine. But you can get some pretty nasty injuries in this game. The two bad ones for speedrunning are bruising, which reduces your stamina, and the other really bad one is sprains, because you will walk really slowly. That's why I get some healing supplies. I equip them on one of the digs, the base digs. Go. Gotta take out these mortars. They're a real pain. Yeah, whenever you get hit, you can get injured. So that's why you really don't want to get hit ever, because bad luck means you're going to get injured. Enemies can't really give you sprains, though. You only get sprains by falling from heights that are, well, high. The kind of heights that won't kill you, but they'll... Wow. That was really scary. I'm honestly surprised I even lived. 20 HP. Okay, so I didn't even know that them hitting the explosive barrels causes an explosion. But now that I know, I'm gonna really be careful there. Tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I do have a bruise. So we're gonna fix this. It doesn't really matter since it's not really that big of a deal, but we're gonna fix our injuries. But yeah, that was really scary. I almost lost the run there. Because I am ahead to some degree. I don't know if I'm actually 116 ahead, but I'm definitely ahead. Yeah, that was why I was mentioning earlier that the dogs are dangerous, because, like, they attack fast and they can give you injuries. Typically, they cause bleeding. Like, they'll cut you, and then if you're bleeding, you can't have natural health recovery. But this is why we... this is why you want to get medical supplies on one of the base digs, just in case that happens. So, I'm not really concerned about getting energy, by the way. That's not really a concern. At this point, I have all the levels I need. Just trying to successfully defend. I have just enough. I'm glad I picked up some more food before I started. Yeah, video game mechanic. Punch a barrel, it explodes. Yeah, I did not. I thought it really was like mortars could destroy them, or like XOF gunners, but apparently regular wanderers can destroy barrels. And now that I know that, I'm gonna be a lot more cautious. Because, yikes. It's a big yikes. Okay. We're gonna place some towers. They're very durable, so they're good defensive units. Besides the fact that we need them for the run. This guy's just kind of hanging out. It's nighttime, so there's less visibility. Stupid animation made me miss. Circle strafing is very useful in this game, by the way. Just want to mention that. I'm gonna head up to the hill. The first time we go through this dig, it's honestly pretty hard. I failed it my first time. Like, the fact that you're defending the bottom of a hill is awkward. Very awkward. Ah. I missed. Good thing I have taping kits. I want to be really cool, and then I whiffed. Yeah, so that's a sprain. You move extremely slow with a sprain, so like it's really bad. Like, I picked up some stuff that I really don't need, like antibacterials and stuff, but you definitely want taping kits. Put a tower here, and then a fence here. Another fence here. Put a tower here. Always pay attention to that, because if you run out of oxygen, you just die, so not so good. Forget about that. We're going to place all of our structures. Again, it's very unlikely that we're actually going to lose all that HP, but there's no real reason not to place them. I have plenty of supplies back home, so I'm gonna heal up the remainder as a precaution. So you can die. It's not like an impossibility by any stretch. I'm trying to break this tower. As you can see, I still have plenty of ammo. The only concern is there's now trackers. There's these dudes that jump really far, and you just kind of want to use a shotgun on them because they're a real hassle to deal with otherwise. Shotguns are good, it's just that we really only use them for a certain purpose when we need to. Out of grenades. I'm gonna flank these guys and show them what's what. Nice. Just 90 seconds to go, and then we're on to the final chapter of the game. Boop, boop, boop. Bam, bam, bam. Look at that. We got some dudes here, though. Oh, I think we got a tracker. We got a tracker. He jumped into it. They can kill themselves by jumping. It's happened in runs. They're just stupid and they jump into their death. Very effective crowd control tool, as you can see. This guy's being kind of a dick. Okay, I'm gonna go eat. Yeah, I think I split too early with Sally, but that's really okay. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so now we need to construct the Archaea Blade Trap, which is what we're going to use against the Lord of Dust to, well, trap him. And hopefully I get the Death Abuse strat and don't, like, accidentally just injure myself. Just kind of stupid. The other thing I could do would be damage myself beforehand, but like during that defense, but it's a little risky. But I guess you could blow yourself up as well. This is the final sequence of the game. It takes about 30 minutes to complete on good ending, which is what we're going for here. There we go. I can't tell what the key is. Okay, it's T. So, oh, interesting. That's not what happened on Chapter Select. Okay, interesting. I don't think it's worth it then. In Chapter Select, it warps you to the base, but that time it just kind of, like, brought me where I was, so not really worth it, so to speak. I guess it kind of is. I'm not sure. But whatever. At least we know now. Because I did know since I failed the strat previously. But it doesn't actually transport you. I'm still going to carry revival pills. And the reason being, you just kind of need them in case things go wrong. So okay, change equipment. Just use standard here. And then I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to use these. And that's that. Okay. I vaguely remember there being music being played here the first time I played this, so it's kind of weird. Maybe I imagined the music. Yeah. Eerily quiet for the final climactic situation. Why? I really don't know. Maybe it's because I killed myself. Trying to just put some fences down. Make sure these idiots don't do anything stupid. Have a good old time. Clearly it's not close enough. Machine gun turrets only have so much range, so they really trivialize, like, bottles really trivialize this, because just throw a bottle and then a grenade and you're just dead. And even though there isn't a timer, there is a timer. This is an auto-scroller. There's no way to really speed this up, sadly. So you're just kind of stuck doing this. There's 3 waves that we'll be doing. This is the first one, obviously. So we'll just, like, quietly... You guys want some ASMR? You guys want some good ending ASMR? Because here we go. I wonder if I really should have the have a playlist playing during this run for the marathon. Hey gamers. Hello gamers. We're having a good old time. Just quietly taking out all these zombos as they phase into existence. Taking out the zombies. There's this guy. He's stuck. He was gonna come attack us, but he's stuck. Let's just quietly lie here and wait. You can't hear me very well? I'm sorry. Look at the sky. The future looks really nice. Huh? What? Oh my god! What's he saying? There's the music. The fence here. Yep, there he is. There's his train of nanomachines. I'm gonna try like right here. And that mat right there. Beep, 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 beep. There's the music. Yeah, that's an appropriate place. Good. Oh my gosh. I love when I do that, when they're roaring and I whiff. There's only one part of this wave that's a bit scary, and that is when the mortars show up. There's going to be like 4 mortars that show up on the roof, and you really want to be ready for them because they can quickly destroy the blade trap from afar. Besides that, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. Oh no, here they come. Whatever shall I do? They run into the fire traps and then my turret takes them out. That's what's gonna happen. Grenades, really good. I was considering doing like no grenade defenses or something wacky like that, but honestly, it's just not necessary. I don't want to die, you know. Dying on any defense is like I'm gonna go way overestimate, pretty much. But that's why I'm gonna carry revival pills. Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! It's Minnie's favorite line. Go, go, go! Oh no. They're damaging my barricades. Whatever shall I do? The fear is deep within me right now. Oh, they're all dead. This is why, if you're gonna run this game, don't run this difficult. Don't run this ending, rather. It's a big waste of time. There's not much interesting about this. It's just more of the same. You'll die if you don't neutralize that poison.
Go, go, go!
He wasn't dead after all. Oh yeah, Mini. I don't know if you caught it, but my death warp trick didn't work. It works in chapter select, but it does not work in for some reason it doesn't work in the full game run, so it just respawns you right where you're at, sadly. But I'm still gonna carry revival pills for the run just in case I do die, because it's a good insurance policy, obviously, in case things go really wrong at any point in time. Shit, game quit forever. Yeah, we're almost about ready to quit. It's been a long month, that's for sure. Filled with it was cool. It really was. I was like, dang, there's a death abuse in this run. Nice. I mean, maybe it still saves time since you just like dive down and then rather than like it's a lot easier, I'll say that much, but than like the really tight drops I'm supposed to do. I didn't know which key to press, so I waited until they stopped talking. You're supposed to press T. That's fine. Can I, somebody help. All right. What? The dude is. I don't even want to touch him. I kind of want him to let him do his thing. He's breaking all laws of physics, so. Ah. It stopped. Is he okay? I think he's okay. Eventually, he was gonna break the fence. There's nothing I could do about that. This is the important wave. Do not let these guys do their thing, because it's bad news. And now they're dead. In one of my first runs, I ran back to resupply, and they showed up, and they, like, nearly destroyed the blade trap. So yeah, don't do that. Can I climb this? I think if I got, like, a fence, I can get on top of this. There we go. Nice. I'm gonna thumbs up my way off. Or no, he takes a back step. Can I walk on this? I totally can. Alright, watch this. I'm just gonna remove this. Just because I don't want it interfering in any way, shape, or form. You never know. Okay. It's final wave. We're almost done. Hope you guys are excited as I am. I'm super excited.
Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
Oh, I'm pumped too. You ready for rock and roll? There is a donation sent, or there's a bid war for this game, for male versus female. Don't bother. Just get the bonus games in there. Okay, thanks. Then we'll be as fast as possible. Rock and roll. The theme of survive. Yeah, bottles and grenades are really OP on this final wave. Alright, so I'm gonna place some fences. Look at this doggy pile. spam. Ow. I'll just place some turrets here. This is just so we're all safe and sound. Because eventually... Oh, tracker, whatever. Eventually I'm going to run back to the Sahelanthropus and wait. Too bad you can't make your own message. Of course, I would make a TFA message. Whee! I think that is pretty close to the last wave. Oops. You want to be left to the mouth. Like, just to the left, and then you'll run forward into the trigger for the first railgun hit. How the railgun tracks is random, so you just have to be ready for when it crosses the point where you need to shoot. And we'll have to do that twice. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck to the runners that are coming up next. And please watch TFA tomorrow. Go, go, go. Now we just wait. It's tomorrow, Django. Hope to see you there. My bullets aren't going to travel that far. Hey, thanks. Yeah, it's a full day marathon. And then some. As long as the bonus games get met. Yeah, the final wave is just like a bunch of wanderers. But my turrets are doing the work for me. Oh, they're getting close. It's okay, though. They can't destroy the trap. They'll bring it to 25. Okay. So gotta hit this little bit of the dust. Load of dust. The little train thing. We just need to wait for the crosshairs to cross the square. It's random, so... And we skip a few cutscenes. Last cutscene is the one of Virgil. Right there. And now we head back to Sahelanthropus to use the railgun one more time. And that's game. And we shoot the little orange thing on its face. And that's game. I think maybe with a slight, just like, not a better Miranda split. So my chapter 3 was a bit slow. And then definitely leveling to chapter 20, or level 22 for Seth. Yeah, that's a new PB. It's a new world record, new PB. Yep. Thanks, Jesus Juice, for the GGs. But yeah, sub 37, I would say, is doable. I think you could save even more time on this split. Now that I know that the death abuse doesn't work, sadly. GG? Yeah, GG. Runs over. We did it. We diddly done did it. Yeah. Came in right at the end, eh? Yeah. New PB, nice. Pushing that time even further down. I think now we're at the point where I'm 10 minutes faster than William, so that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll get sub 37 in the marathon, we'll see.